Hey everyone, it's Ashley, welcome back. I literally just filmed over 2 minutes of footage and I didn't have my microphone on. Luckily, I hadn't started anything, but still, I even have this sign that sits on my desk that says turn on microphone. And it sits up and I put it in the way and I don't put it away off to the side until I turn on the microphone, and I didn't do it. Oops, oh well. Anyway, we are at the end of January and I have not done an eyeshadow palette review yet, so that's what I'm getting into today. So today I'm trying out the Pretty Cool palette by Dose of Colors, and this palette comes in 5 shades that are all in the brown spectrum. They are all matte. This does retail for $35, which is pretty ridiculous and steep, and it comes with a little brush, which I will not be using. One side is fluffy, the other side is pointed. I'm just gonna put that out of the way. So I love those nice flat straight edges, so I'm gonna be using some Eye and Define stickers from E.L.F. These are actually cut in half because they are so big. You get a pack of 40 for $2, so if you cut them in half, you'll get 80, which is 40 pairs. So I'm just gonna do one eye at a time, slap this down, and get to going. So as always, I'm gonna start with my Ipsy L34 Blend Beauty. However, it looks a little different. I blinged it out with Swarovski crystals. I used to bling out my own phone cases, do random things for friends. I've done an Xbox controller, and I had a friend that wanted me to bling out a microphone for them for New York Comic Con in October, and it kind of reignited my blinging fire, so I figured, why not take my favorite eyeshadow brush and just bling it out. So that's what we have here. So pretty. It is so shiny and sparkly. Okay, anyway, starting with that brush, I'm going into the lightest shade, Taupeless, and I'm just gonna make this my transition shade. Hopefully it's not too dark with my paleness, but I'm just gonna go with a very light hand. I'm getting a little bit of dustiness kick back in the pan, but I don't think that's a big deal as long as it's not all over my face. Okay, then going in with my Morphe M433, I am gonna go into the shade Let's Chill, which is the next darkest one, and just put this in my crease and kind of make sure I get it right on the end there, because it's gonna be part of that wingy straight edge I've got going on. So far these are laying down nice. They're a little bit muted, especially for someone like me, but I guess if you are starting out into eyeshadow palettes and looks, even though this is expensive, this would be a good starter because you're not getting like a ridiculous amount of color where it's too dark and you've screwed up. You can just build it up very nicely. Okay, then going in with my Morphe M321, going right next door to the shade Sign Off, I am going to make an outer V with this, kind of follow that stencil, then bring it in, and then just kind of stamp a little bit right on that outer corner to kind of fill in that outer V. And then once I get that color laid down, I'm just gonna go back with my Ipsy brush and very lightly just blend it so it all doesn't look like 3 different colors that aren't hanging out together. All right, let's see what we've got here. Very nice, very nice. So something I literally just realized is that this palette doesn't really have a good shade for my eyelid. So I think just with my finger, I'm gonna go back into the lightest shade, Taupeless, and just press a little bit there on my eyelid. Oh yeah, that looks good. And then because I want a good blend, I'm gonna go back with that brush I used, M321, and just kind of like swoosh these 2 colors together. And I'm using like hardly any pressure. I just don't want you to see like a big transition between those 2 shades. Okay, and then I'm going to take that same brush, but I think go back into the lightest shade, Taupeless, and just smoke out my under eye. Never know which shade to use. I feel like if I go too dark, sometimes it looks pretty bad. Ugh. In my eye, on my contact. Okay, not bad. I'm liking it. Okay, really quick, I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I had to take off my sweater because I was sweating. I was gonna do liquid eyeliner, but when my friends were here, I remembered when I used to use eyeshadow and a wet brush and just make eyeliner like that. So that is what I'm gonna do today. I am going to take my Luxie 221 flat definer brush, just spray it with some Smashbox Photo Finish Primer water. You can do this with just normal water at your sink, but I don't have to move, and this is what I have here. And I am gonna go into the deepest shade Smoke Show, and I kind of just dip flat right in. I don't want anything like on the sides, anything like that. And then I like using the flat definer brushes because I just use them as a stamp and just stamp. And then, so I get a nice line, I'm gonna use my Real Techniques Precision Liner brush, spray this guy, go back in and just make a little wing with it. I'm loving that. I feel like I have much better control with this than I would some liquid eyeliner. All right, once again, I'm gonna step off camera to do the other eye, put on some mascara, and I will be right back. All right, I am back, and here is the finished look. I really am a fan of this palette. Granted, some of the shades did need to be built up, not all of them, but I don't mind that. That doesn't bother me, as long as there's not like a ridiculous amount of fallout, and there was none on my cheeks, and as long as they're not like patchy and splotchy, and that was not the case. I was definitely a little worried getting this palette. I considered not getting it because if you saw my previous one where I tried the Snow Angels palette by Dose of Colors, that was pretty awful. I will never use that one again. The pigmentation was splotchy, wasn't there, and there were some really cool colors I was super excited about. So this is a really nice palette. So if you're looking for some nice browns to do a nice brown look, I definitely recommend this guy. I like that he's little, I can take him anywhere, and it won't take up a lot of space. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now go have yourself an awesome day.